I guess you wanted to ask me something, or you're feeling some kind of.
Because we haven't talked about this. It's the Jerry Jones photo, and it's a combo. Okay, it's a platter. It's the Kyrie Irving, who I thought and I told you was wrong because you are endorsing something you put up on your social media in my world. Okay, leave that there. We saw the energy that got. Jerry Jones, I saw the picture, Steiny, and 14 years old. I looked at that and I said, you are a product of your environment. I don't know Jerry Jones. I just know that was going down. And what bothers me more than the picture, because you're 14 years old, you're at school, the Little Rock 9, it's real, it happened. But when they put a mic in his face and asked him about that picture and that moment, as a black man, Steiny, it hurt me that he didn't have the wherewithal to just take a step back and say, you know what those kids had to go through, what black people had to go through during that time, that's something that I hate that I was a part of, that was even at my school. And you got billions of dollars and a black man, I believe Will Clay, who's third in charge with the Cowboys. So I'm not going to come in here and say Jerry Jones is a racist, but it just hurt me that you got smart people around you and you still were tone deaf not to talk about that part. I'm asking you man to man, is that too much I'm putting on Jerry and the people around him, his sons, his handlers? Dude, you don't have to be game tight to know. You know how I diffuse this? Because we don't know what's in his heart, Steiny, is say that the victims that had to endure that like, how do you, and he's still not said it, but he's talking.
Well,
that hurts, though.
Well, I mean, at some point you give a guy a chance and he doesn't really address it. He dances around it, or then I'm not saying you have to stop asking, but what's the point?
He was 14
of continuing to ask him and kind of begging him or wanting him so bad to say something that he just won't say.
Okay,
for whatever reason.
And the last part of this that I wanted to get off my chest, I come down LeBron James's road a lot. And, Matt, I got to be honest with you, the dude's built some schools. We talk about him just like Steph Curry, no problems off the court, a role model, a family dude, a real one. And I'm giving his flowers for that, but I'm also giving him his flowers for bringing this up. And I'm upset at myself that we hadn't talked about it. And it wasn't that we were trying to shun it, but they're two different things. One was a 14-year-old kid. One was Kyrie, a grown-ass man putting something on the social. But I look at Kyrie, last thing on him is his was about power. He didn't want to do what needed to be done, and the reporters were asking him to do so. That became about power and ego. But LeBron James pointed out that he feels like the energy is not the same. Have you noticed that? Because I haven't. Jerry spoke on the picture.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, and I still think it was an F-, and I'm mad at him. But I asked you a question, I'm talking. But do you think the energy is on purpose that we don't put – that Jerry answered?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I don't want to diminish it, but, it's something that happened when he was 14. Like 14 years old, and what Kyrie's doing, he's doing as a grown man. You guys, you got to be careful now with what you promote and what you do.
Do you think that Kyrie being a player and doesn't have as much power as Jerry is a double standard?
Like when you say, what do you think of Kyrie? Yeah. At this point, I'm just like, he's a crackpot, man.
Well, he got out of it.
He's a crackpot.
Yeah, and he got suspended.
Yeah.
And I thought
but that doesn't change the fact that he's a crackpot.
Oh, no, right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
But the world stopped. Everybody was asking, what do you think?
Some of the stuff he said is pretty out there.
So I'm off basis by saying Jerry at least answered the...
No, you're not off basis.
It was an F, but he talked about it. And I ain't giving him a pass. It was ugly. But damn, talk about the kids. Talk about that time. That's all you had to do, and this would have went away.
All right, let's go to Robert. Robert's in Emeryville. Hey, Robert, what's going on, man?
Hey. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, so I just think it's disappointing that we're trying to give Jerry Jones a pass on this. Like, yeah, he was 14, but that's Jerry Jones at his core. Like, That's who he is, who he's been
Yeah.
at the start of his life. This is Kyrie going through transformations as a grown man, maybe making some mistakes. I don't know. It just feels like we're kind of dancing around the whole thing. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. So, yeah, that's all I want to say.
Appreciate the call.
And last thing on Jones, Steiny, the photo's the photo. Again, I got kids, 14 years old. What's worse to me, and I mean this, is the silence that was deafening during the riots and all the stuff that were happening with black men getting killed by the hands of the police, and Jerry Jones was Casper the Ghost. Those are scars. That, to me, is worse than this photo that he stepped to the mic and answered, but that's what hurts.
Norman's in San Jose. Hey, Norman.
Yeah, listen, what's going on? I'm glad to be talking to you guys. I've been listening to you for a while. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
My problem is this. You know, every time I hear LeBron say something about this, it always sounds monstrously hypocritical to me. Because, you know, and I heard Guru just say, you know, he wanted to give LeBron his flowers. LeBron has also remained peep quiet on plenty of other issues that involve black men, you know, that he has not even bothered to speak up on. I mean, a white kid got murdered on his campus. You barely heard a peep out of him. All of the stuff that goes on in China regarding the NBA, silence. You know, LeBron himself docks the police officer. All he says is, oh, my bad. So it's like, you know, he wants to have it both ways. He wants to play the victim, but he wants to get all the glory. I don't know. That's what I got to say.
Thanks, Norman. Appreciate the call. I mean, I hate to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I get. Kyrie's going through a transformation. I get. Yeah, Jerry Jones was only 14, but that's what's in his heart.
But those
you're a product of your
ugly,
environment.
Okay?
You know,
yeah. But Jerry, talk to the people that were victimized in that era and those kids at that school. Like, you ain't got enough sense, Matt, to say that.
I don't know why he wouldn't, unless he, you know, speaking volumes.